How's it going, my Comic Chat Army? We're doing an early morning review before we go to work because every day this week we're going to put out y'all's books. Yes, the books that Carrie's got come with one more, but we thought to group them together with this and take Man with the Tracksuit. This book is dope. I'm just going to tell you. I can't wait.
I'm going to read that.
The Man with the Tracksuit, we're going to group in with another one. That's probably going to come out tomorrow. So kick it off, Carrie.
So what I read was the company is called Linnovations Press, and there's that one you're going to hold up. They're kind of a series together, but they're different. The story goes together, but it's a different they're different books. So like the first two they're all called Section 12, but the first two are Declassified. This last one is Flashback. Basically, it's a take on like X-Files or conspiracy theory stuff. So Declassified starts out with a gentleman shows up to clean this elderly woman's home. She lost her husband. He starts bringing all these boxes out, and she's telling him, you can't have them, don't sell them, don't do anything with them. Well, he takes them to this guy that he sells stuff to, and ends up being like all this government stuff. Well, he discovers a shirt with the number 12 on it, and it's a place that he remembered, so he went there and started questioning them. Didn't get what he was looking for, but they ended up being some undercover group that's trying to figure out what's going on. But it was basically like experiments, kind of like, what we all think with Area 51 and so on and so forth. But it's like mutations and things like that. Anyways, the art's good. I like the coloring. It's kind of different than what I've been reading as far as the colors go. It's a good story, especially if you like that kind of conspiracy theory stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about it. But it was a good book. It really was. It was written well.
I'm going to show you the art in this last one, then I'm going to kick off mine.
But yeah, I like the art. I like, see, it's like different animals and stuff.
Oh, so. Right. So, I got Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies. They even came with action cards. Not action cards. Character cards. First time we ever got character cards. You got Miguel. It's not Michelle, Miguel. Randy. Denver. Mr. Washington. Oh, there we are. Oh,
this reminds me of like Miami Vice.
It does.
GTA.
It has that feel. But it's a funny ass book. It is. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I absolutely love it. I love how the first one is broke down in 4 dead bodies, and this one is broke down in 5 dead bodies. You can see that. That's just clever. Hold on. So it kicks off with Randy. No, not Randy. Denver. Thank you for the cards. They really helped me out with the names. Denver robbing a bank. And there's Mr. Washington. So Mr. Washington is like, look, you're going to stop this bullshit and come work with me. So he does. Comes, works with him. Randy gets out of prison for doing 3 years. The only thing I didn't like about this book is if Randy just got out in 3 years and later on in the book, he doesn't know how to work a simple cell phone. So before he went in prison 3 years ago, they would have started mentioning or talking about cell phones of the future or whatever. So he just, I don't know, that kind of bugged me a little bit. But everything else seemed pretty accurate and funny as hell. Just the dynamic duo of both of them was great. Denver's always got some one-liners, some cheesiness. And Randy is just the serious type of dude. So they're going on to meet Mr. Washington. No, Mr. Washington gives them a case to go take to these Spanish dudes to swap out. It's like a drug deal. So the Spanish dudes thinks that they're trying to rob them. So they shoot the 4 Spanish dudes, put them in the car, and when they go back to meet Michelle tries to kill him over this case that they think is empty. And it didn't even tell you what's in the case in the second book, but I'm pretty sure it's something crazy in this case. But like that's all that really happened in this one. I love the art, and it's just got that. It doesn't tell you the time period, but it's got a beautiful feel to it. Like it
kind of looks like it's set back in like the
early 80s.
Like mid 80s. Yeah. But it does. It has like that Miami Vice.
But this cleverness And I got him
Right.
signed too. Thank you. What's his name? Travis Gibb. Appreciate you, dog. You're cool. So now this one kicks off with Randy's story. How he's stealing from the church. And this is what I love the most. He grabs a church dictionary and goes to, I guess, Grandma Washington. Doesn't say her name, but it's her grandma. This is how he meets Mr. Washington. And tells her that her $4,000 check bounced. And she needs to pay cash. And that's how he meets Mr. Washington. It was like, hey, how much money did you make being a con man? With a church dictionary. It says church dictionary right on the front. So if anybody paid attention instead of giving this man your money, you would have seen it says church dictionary. Pretty funny. Got me laughing. But check it out. The art is amazing in this book. Like, I can't wait to read the next one. And you got, I don't even know this dude's name, but at the back of the book, it shows you a story of him. He's retired, and Miguel sent him to go get the boys. So whoever Miguel is and Mr. Washington is some serious people. And you got the detectives looking at the scene, talking about when Randy and Denver ran over Michelle's crew. But check it out. I'm not going to spoil this one for you. I kind of spoiled this one for you because the title of this one. See what I'm saying? But that's it for now, guys. I know this one has one more book, The Guy in the Jumpsuit, but we're going to group it in with something else. We're just trying to do an early morning review. All right, my Comic Chat Army. Later. Have a good day at work.
Yeah.